Today I want to talk about internet marketing. We've obviously been on a series on marketing for a little bit, and logical extension that everybody wants to know about is internet marketing and how that plays a role in your practice, because obviously it's a topic everybody wants to hear about. And as such, I want to go over some of the on-page SEO, the user experience, or UX as you'll see it put on the internet. Whether or not you are working with a web company, not working with a web company, I want to give you enough intelligence to be able to talk to this company and understand where they're at and be able to have a conversation such that you're not just being snowed by them entirely. There's two areas that I think are sometimes neglected. One is when it comes to your website, there's how Google sees it and there's how a patient sees it. And the challenge I find when I evaluate some of the dental web companies that are experts is that they don't seem to mix those two things really well. They might be able to get you really high on Google in terms of the ranking of, for some of the search terms, but then when it comes time for the client, your patient, to have a good user experience, it gets lost. Or conversely, you'll get someone who really understands user experience and they can't get you to rank in Google. So there's got to be a balance of both of these areas. And so I want to talk first and foremost about how Google sees your website. So you're looking for local relevant results, and Google specializes in understanding that they want to deliver you good local relevant results. So as an example, if I'm a patient in, South Padre, Texas, and I'm looking for a dentist, it makes no sense to put the top result being a dentist in Colorado. So we want to make sure that Google can see us as a local relevant source of information. Secondly is there's a lot of on-page stuff, which I'll go through in a moment here at great ad nauseum, I'm sure. But then thirdly becomes, how does Google see you as an expert? It's much like dentistry, right? If all you understand is how to do a good filling, but you don't understand the occlusion and how the occlusion plays a role in the tooth surviving or the neighboring teeth or the whole patient around the tooth, you don't end up with good long-term results. And I find the same is true in the marketing world. And I want to first show you the non-technological way to do some of this, and then I'm going to show you a cool little tool that you can use yourself. But I'll pull up a website that I've got here, one of our clients, and it's real interesting. It's Dr. Hal Lee in Kansas City. Great people. And so what you'll notice if we go to their home page, one is what's great. This is what's called above the fold. You can see all this content here as opposed to anything down here. So you'll hear the term above the fold often. What I like is that there's a picture of the doctor. What I don't like is there's a pokey instrument in a patient's mouth. We don't want the patient to associate pain and discomfort at all with your practice before they walk in the door. So my suggestion to these guys would be to put a different picture here. And preferably one that maybe promotes the concept that you're trying to advocate, which is oral health, maybe cosmetic makeover. So reference the previous show about what is it you stand for, what is it your practice is all about, and make sure that that story is told right here very quickly. What you'll also see on my page here is what's called a Moz bar. It's a tool that I've downloaded. And when I click on it, it pulls up some of the same things. So on this particular page, according to this tool, you'll see preventative, restorative, cosmetic, and miscellaneous. And then you'll see the title of Henry A. Lee, DDS. So, and I can see this wherever I go, which is a beautiful thing having this sort of a tool. So it shows me all of these things. In this case, his H1 tag is Henry A. DDS, his title is Henry A. DDS, and his H2 tag is home. So if I'm searching for a home to build, I might potentially find his website. It's kind of a challenge. So by contrast, I'm going to flip over here to another client's site and go to their homepage real quick. And you'll see this guy has a page authority of 25. Much better score. And only has 4 links, which is kind of interesting. So he's got a higher authority on fewer links, which is sort of fascinating to see how that works. I don't know why that's not refreshing. Apologize for it. I was hoping it would. There we go. So page authority of this guy of 20 with 5 links. I go over here to this other guy. He's got 25 with 4 links. So what you'll see, the page title is Dentist in Prescott, Arizona, Dental Implants. What's fabulous to see about this is, one, that it's not just the word implants. Oftentimes when I pull up examples like this, I will see just the word implant. Now the challenge with that is you're competing with every plastic surgeon, and that's not necessarily what you want to compete with. So by putting the word dental implants and Prescott, Arizona in there, we now bring local relevancy to it. We have qualifying terms in there, and we're not competing with the plastic surgery business. And then what you'll see on the H tags is, again, dental implants, which is a fabulous thing to have. But if you send over your website, happy to evaluate it for you, get it with your coach, do it with your coach, with me, do all of the above, because it's about making sure that we give you a good experience as well. And I'm hoping that this gives you enough information to be able to be educated, so you don't get snowed by some of these internet marketers, because they start throwing these big terms at you: SEO, SEM, CRO, UX, all these fancy terms which would make it sound like they know what they're talking about. But then I pull up these expert websites that they've designed, and I'm like, okay, they optimized around your name, doctor. You already own your name. You don't need to rank for your name. I don't do any optimization around my name, because I'm pretty sure I'm the only Darren Kaberna in the US, because I Google myself every now and then, because I just like to see how I rank. But it's interesting to see that. So we don't need to optimize around that. We want to optimize around something with the word dentistry. So I hope you find this to be very, very helpful. And if you got questions, certainly get them over to your coach or to us, and we'll answer them and shoot more shows on this. But again, my intent was just to give you enough information that you could start to have a better dialogue with your company. So all that being said, I want to sign off for today. I'll see you next week's 8 o'clock Mountain, 10 o'clock on the East Coast. Have a wonderful week, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. What if you could have the practice of your dreams? What's holding you back? Imagine a life where you have everything you ever wanted.